We'll start now. Good morning. So, hope do you have any doubts to let you know what we have seen? Doubts. So, Shivaram, yesterday we have actually discussed about the function which we have seen already. Uh, Hello, Shivaram, is it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear you.
yeah.
So it was not the object-oriented thing, right?
So yeah, yesterday we actually revised that function, and we have seen various way of passing an argument and parameters. So we actually seen a difference between what is parameter and argument. So do you have any idea what is argument and parameter? What is argument and parameter? Any idea? So we know that two blocks of function. We all know that.
It is like I can just type it in.
Yeah, sure. So any doubts in that? So any doubts in function definition for function call? Do you want me to revise once again? Or who willing to revise? Anyone? So it will be good if you revise it.
Yeah, Mohideen, just a brief will help.
Pardon?
Just a brief will help.
Okay. So do you want me to do, or will you do that? Will you do that?
You go ahead, Mohideen. Yeah.
Okay. So quick review. Quick revision. So yesterday we had actually talked about arguments and parameters, right? So what is argument and what is parameter? So parameter is a reference which actually going to receive a value. Argument is nothing but a value which you're actually passing into a function. So this is the primary difference we have seen. So parameter is a variable, okay, defined in a method to receive a value. So argument is nothing but a value which we are passing into a function. That is the difference. And see, a stop. A stop is a parameter which will going to receive a stop value. Okay. And while you're calling at the function, the value which you have passed, right, that 10, this is argument. 10 is an argument, and stop is a stop is what? Stop is
Parameter.
parameter. It is parameter. That is the difference. Okay. So parameter is a reference, a variable which is going to receive a value in function definition end, and argument is nothing but a value which you are passing into function during function call. That's it. Okay. And we have two types of arguments. One is a positional argument, and another one is keyword argument. We have already seen this in a string formatting. The quick go through. So what is positional argument? It's nothing but there is a no keyword or no reference. So by default, system will take care of it. That is index based. Got it? So if you're blindly passing something like len, a credo, a single argument, right? So this is one argument. If you're passing one more argument, so now we have seen a center. Okay, so here we all know that width is required. When you say width, it's one argument, and second is fill character. How I know this is first is width, second is fill character? How do you know that? How do you know? So I'm saying first is width, second is fill character. How do you know? How do I know?
It already defined the information.
Yeah, you're already defined parameters. So based on position. So first argument will move on to. So first argument will assign it into width. Second will be assigned it into fill character. That is what we have seen. So help. So first is width. Second is fill character. So based on position, it will be assigned. Okay, but I want to send width value into fill character, with the width value into fill character and fill character into width without changing that position. How is it possible? With the help of keyword argument. Okay, so this is positional. This is example for positional argument. So for keyword, we have to use the exact keyword, that is width equal to and fill character equal to. So this is a reference we should not use, but in our function we can. So like def power n comma p return n star star p. Got it? Now if I'm say power of, I'm using positional argument, that is 3 to the power of 2, the answer will be 9. 3 square is 9. But without changing the value, I want to shuffle the position. Okay, the 3 should be assigned into power and 2 should be assigned into number. That is what I have to do. I say p is equal to, and I'm going to say n equal to. Now it will be 2 to the power of 3, 2 cube. Okay, so this is example for keyword argument. You are actually specifying its key. Here we don't need to. System will take care of it. By default, it will take its position, that is index based. So it will be assigned into a parameter based on its index. But in this way, we are specifying its key. So it will be assigned into corresponding key. So I told you to relate with the real world problem. So like if you are into if you are going to some venue and if you sit randomly means that is positional argument. If you sit on your specific allocated seats means that is keyword argument. Understand? What is the difference between positional and keyword?
Can you repeat the last sentence, Mohit?
Yeah, just relate with real world. So if you are going to some venue, so you are if like the theater. So if you're going for a new movie and we have to sit in uh, if you are not reserved, we can sit in anywhere means that is positional argument. But if you want to sit in a reserved seat means that is keyword argument. So what happened? So here 3 2 as per question, 3 was assigned into n and 2 was assigned into p. Got it? As per question. So the first into first, the second value into second question. But keyword is nothing but a reference. The value will be assigned into dedicated key. So we should use the exact key which was defined in a parameter. So my parameter has two key, that is n and p. Okay, I'm having two parameters. One is n and p. So if I say p is equal to, so p is equal to 3, what happened? The 3 will be assigned into second position because I'm specifying its key. So this value should be assigned it into exact key, that is p, and 2 will be assigned into n. So I'm not changing the value position, but my value was assigned into a different key because I have specified. This is keyword argument. This is positional argument. Clear? So position, we don't need to pass anything. Just send as it is by default. So depends on position, it will be allocated. But keyword, we have to specify. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So we all seen unpacking. So we all seen unpacking, right? So here we are going to talk about packing. So what is unpacking? What is unpacking? This in the same example, if I pass something like that, what will happen?
Type error.
Because I'm actually passing. I'm actually passing
One
A
object.
list.
one argument. Yeah, list. It is a list, but it contains one argument. List contains two inputs. That is difference. But inside a function, I'm just passing only one argument. The complete list will be considered as a single argument. But my function require two arguments. So it will raise type error. Missing one position argument, that is P. So this value was assigned it into N, and for P we don't have any values. We never passed it. So it will raise type error. Now we have to debug. So if I pass second value, what will happen? So this is actually, so what will happen here?
Again a type error.
Yeah. Why? So this is passed. So there is no issue with function call, and where it will be issue.
Sorry, integer one.
Pardon? We require an integer because we are unable to multiply a list with
Another
another.
integer.
But if it is single, we can. But here we are using double star, right? Unsupported operand. This is possible. So this will apply a matrix, right? Matrix 3 into 2, 6, 2 into 4. So sorry, it is actually repeating twice the whatever contains inside. So if I say 3, this will be repeated 3 times. Got it? But here we are using double star, means a power, right? So this operation won't work. So that's why we're getting type error again. So this is actually out of topic. So now we'll move on to that. Now, so we all know this is a single argument, but our function needs two arguments, right? So to unpack, what to do? But my list contains two inputs, right? That is sufficient for me to perform a function call. What to do in that case? We need to unpack, right? How to unpack? How to unpack?
Use asterisk in front of it.
Use in front of, it's a single asterisk. If it is uh, positional object, that is a list is a positional object, that is index based, so we can use a single star. This will unpack. What happens? This will eliminate the square brackets. So now it will be, so now P of this will be same like this. Okay. So now you will get an output. This is called unpacking. Now, so here we are using a asterisk in function call. If you use the same thing in function definition, that is called packing. If you use the same logic in function definition, that is as a parameter, it is called packing. Okay, once you say has single star, what happens? This will capture all the positional argument and it will return it as a tuple. So you will get a single tuple. Got it? So what happens? Star will capture all the positional argument and it will pack it together and it will produce a tuple. If you don't pass anything, it will return an empty tuple. Def sample. I'm going to say star A. Got it? So if I don't pass anything, here you don't raise an error because this itself has its own syntax. If it is empty, it will return empty tuple. If you pass something, it will return 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. It will keep on expanding. It depends upon argument count. If it is empty, it will return empty. If it is contains, it will pack it together and it will produce a tuple. Understand? Similarly, a double star in power. Okay. If I use n colon 2 p colon 3, what will happen? So now I'm taking same power and sending a value. What will happen now? So what you said serum, that is an answer. So here you told me right. Exact same answer. What will happen? Others we have seen yesterday as well.
Type error.
Why type error? Others we have seen yesterday. That's why I'm saying please do practice. Why do you this type error?
It's a dictionary, right?
It's not a problem. It is a one argument, but this function needs 2 arguments. Got it? The complete dictionary was single argument. Understand? But my function needs 2 arguments. The exact same error which we have seen, which you have got in a previous example. Got it? This function needs 2 arguments, but we are actually passing one. So no matter whether it is dictionary or list, we are passing something, it will be considered as a one argument, but we need 2 arguments.
So if you put a star before it, then it will unpack. And then
What will happen? What will happen? Is it correct?
it will unpack,
It will unpack.
and then N and P are there.
I'm using 1 star. The single star for list, string, etc. So if I used in a dictionary, it will set a key N and P. So we won't be able to multiply N and P. Got it? So we can use a star for dictionary as well. What happens? This will extract key. It will pass N and P alone. Like I will raise the same error. It will send something like that. Now you will get the exact error. See? Got it? So when you use single star, this dictionary will be unpacked and it will send something like that. Okay. So for dictionary, what to do?
Double star.
We have to use double star. Now it will send
The values, not the keys.
key along with value. The key along
Along
with value. The key along with value. It will send something like that. Got it? So this will be translated into n equal to 2, p equal to 3 when you unpack. So we are using the same thing in function definition, double star. So what will happen? So a single star, I said it will pack a positional argument together. What double argument will do? Double star will do. What double star might do?
Key argument.
It will return what? If I say empty, what will happen?
Empty directory.
Empty directory. What is directory? What do you mean directory?
Empty dictionary, sorry.
Empty dictionary, that's it.
Empty tuple.
Empty tuple. Am I printing this only one?
No, two. one tuple and one dictionary.
Yeah. So single asterisk will pack a positional argument together. Double star will pack. We have seen two types of
A
arguments.
dictionary.
Yeah,
Dictionary.
it will return it as a dictionary. What it will pack? Here it packs the positional argument. Here it will pack
The values along with
Keyword.
it.
keyword
Keyword.
argument. Keyword argument. So we have seen two types of argument, right? One is positional and another one is keyword. So double star will pack keyword argument together. So this is keyword argument. Got it? So this is keyword argument. If we don't say anything, what happened? This will return empty tuple, empty dictionary. If I pass something 2, 3, what happened? You will get a tuple with the 2, 3 and n colon 2 p colon 3. So instead of saying a comma b, you will get confused. That's why we are using a traditional name called ARGS KWRGS. That is argument, keyword argument, keyword argument, argument. So this is the traditional name which we are using in function definition to pack both positional argument and keyword argument together. Okay, so don't confuse when we're seeing these things in a raw functions, in a Python built-in function and all. Don't confuse what it is. This is going to pack a positional argument together. That is unused. It will actually going to pack that mostly it will pack unused arguments, or if you don't have any reference. Okay, so this is not an actual reference. This will actually going to pack your positional argument together and it will produce as a tuple, and here it will pack a keyword argument together and it will produce as a dictionaries. So any doubts in this about keyword and positional? Shall we move on?
So because the keys are only the dictionary as well as the list, right? So by default, can we say that okay, the double star goes only with
Dictionaries.
list and dictionaries?
No, dictionary
and
alone. A single star will be with anything. Double star with dictionaries.
list also has a key, right?
No, that is index, right? It is hidden.
Index.
The index is hidden, right?
Yeah.
So if I use double star, I'll raise here. Because we don't have anything to map. That is hidden actually. Index is hidden. So we have to use single star. So single star is enough. We don't need double star. Understand?
Yeah.
Or you got confused.
No, I think I just realized that I think if your basics are not good, then you have all these types of questions.
Okay. No, that's the problem. So we have to do the practice. I will share you an exercise as well. So we all know range, right? Range function. Try to implement range. So initially I have shown you with only one argument, that is stop alone. But here we supposed to use start, stop, and step. Okay. So you should. This is a better example. There is no way to do range except this way. You should use star, because if you in a range function, if you pass one argument, it will be considered as a stop. But if you pass two arguments, first will be considered as a start, second will be considered as a stop. Got the difference? If you pass one argument, the first will be considered as a stop. But if you pass two, first will be considered as a start, second will be stop. So we should not use fixed. We should not use fixed parameters. It will never help us. This will never help us. Okay. So the only way is we have to use star, and it will capture something. So here, based on index, if length is 1, you can consider as a stop. If length is 2, you can consider 0 as a start, first as a stop. If your length is 3, we can consider first as a start, second stop, third step. So this will be a better example. Try to implement range function. This is your exercise, and I'll give you one more. Create a palindrome program using function. Print palindrome, Fibonacci. So your exercise, three exercises are palindrome, Fibonacci, and range. I'll give you three exercises. It will be good practice for you. Please do that without fail. So one is palindrome, range, and Fibonacci. You can try, you can go to any website and try to do that. Will result it tomorrow, no problem. But you just do something. That's even you can get it from any website, that's fine. But you should know it, what it is and how it is working. That is what we want. Or try it yourself. If you can try it yourself. Okay, we'll move on to next topic. That is anonymous function. So what is anonymous function? A function without name. Name. So it was not assigned. So the function, like we are not define a function. Anonymous function is nothing but it will never define. Okay. So here we are using a reserved keyword called a lambda. So we can create an anonymous function using lambda. Where we using it? We'll discuss where we're using it. So this is the syntax: lambda colon a value. Okay. So this is exact. This is if I return it in a named function, this will look like this. But in named function, we have a name. Okay. So this is exact replicate for this. Got it? If with argument, what do you have to do? Like I'm replicating a power n comma p. So we have seen one line if condition, one line for loop. This is one line function. So if your function contains only single block of code, we can convert it into lambda function. In other words, it is one line function. Okay. Now we'll convert this. Tell me how to. Any guesses? So how to convert this into one line function? I said if it is one line, we can proceed, right? Just try yourself. What to do? Say something. What to start? Lambda. And then this is without argument example. And if you want to create an anonymous function with argument, what to do? Just say try something.
Brackets.
Okay, brackets, and then I need to replicate this into. Pardon?
Def.
N comma P.
N comma P. Just see, try to replicate this. It should be look like this. How I converted this into this, and you have to convert this into this. Okay.
Colon.
Colon.
N double asterisk.
That's it. So in lambda, we don't need to say return, but in named function, we supposed to say that. So this is the syntax: lambda parameters colon your expression, return expression. So what you return, that will be returned. That's it. It will simply return what you mentioned. But here, this is not required. This syntax is not required. That's it. Okay. Now this is anonymous function. So we have seen a one line if condition, one line for loop, and this is I said one line function. So all these three are eligible to assign it into variable, right? Now I'm going to assign it into variable. Call f. Now your function f will be act like a function. You can pass. So I have converted this function into one line.
F is here just a variable, right, sir? It is not a name of the
Yes,
function.
f is just a variable. We are assigning a function into it. We all know lambda is a function, right? We are
Yeah.
assigning a function. Even you can say f is equal to power. Now f will refer for power. The same one. Got it? F is just a reference. Referring this is because we all know this is anonymous. We don't have any way to call this. So we are assigning it. But where we using lambda? Okay, we will tell you that. So what is the purpose of function? The reusability, right? So it will actually avoid your redundant code. But if your code, if your a module, a file, a Python file or anything, does so if I'm so consider this is a Python file, I'm not going to repeat this power function anywhere else, but I want some function. Got it? So if why we creating a function? If I use this logic in anywhere, any part of your any part of your file, there we can convert that block of code into function. That is a use case of function. But I'm not going to use my logic anywhere else except this part. Means it is unwanted to create a function. Instead, I'm going. You can go with a lambda. If your usage is restricted, you will use it in a specific question. Like just assume I'm having a numbers else equal to L equal to 1 comma 3 comma 6 7 something some random numbers. Okay, I need a square value. What to do? So I'm creating a logic. Okay, power. So we already have power. Okay, what to do for I in L, for I in L power, or we can say if it is a square, it's not a problem. We can simply say I star I. That's enough. That is more than enough. But if you have more than one logic, means what to do? You have to say power I to the power of 2. You will get it, right? So here I'm using my function. So instead, so but I'm not going to use this power function anywhere, any part of my program, only inside this for loop. So it is unwanted to create a function. Instead, we can go with a lambda.
But
So
Mohittin, directly we can go with the expression, no? So
yes,
then,
yes. Now I'm just saying we can go with the expression, but this is a simple logic, so it's fine. If you have a bigger one, so there we can use. So I will explain you that a clear example. There is a 3 built-in function in Python called map, filter, and reduce. Okay, there we're using these 3 functions. Okay, let's start with map. So map is a built-in function. What map will do? Just see, we need a function input, and second is iterable. What it will actually going to do? Okay, just assume we are creating a function that what the function should return. Okay, I'm going to write a prime number function. Is it fine? Or I'm going to create odd or even, whether it is odd or even. I need that. Okay, this is my number. I need to find whether it is odd or even. So my function is def odd or even. Input return If it is 0, it is even. Otherwise, it will be odd, right? So I'm going to say map. I'm going to say let's say we can call this odd, right? Now I'm going to create a map. So in first, I need a function odd or even, odd or even, and I'm passing here. Got it? So this will produce a result. So here I need some function. So instead of creating this function in, so we are not going to use it anywhere else, right? So that's why we're using a lambda. So just replace this with a lambda, because I'm not going to use this anywhere else, right? So it is not required to create this function. So my input is one input, that is INP, and colon, just simply copy this line, that's it, and paste it. Got it? So it is purely one line. So we have not created a function at all. We just simply made it in a single line. Got it? Similarly, there is another function called filter. I need odd number alone or even number alone, right? So what to do? I'm going to use filter. I will explain what is filter and map going to do. Okay. If you want even numbers, this is the logic. If you want odd number, this is the logic. Got it? Now, what is map and filter do? So map is a built-in function. That logic behind the map is just to map anything what you're actually passing. So if you're passing a list with three inputs or anything, means what happened? The return will be 3. So the output also, the output length also 3. The length will never change, but the value will change. So it will actually map the corresponding value in the exact position. So if you have any logic, the input will be move on and it will be applied and the return value will be replaced here. Got it? That is map actually doing. So map is a built-in function. So this will actually mapping your input with the corresponding output. So the length will never change. So map will return exact length with different value, but filter will return exact value with a different length. Got the difference? Map and filter. So map will return exact length with different value, but filter will return exact value with different length. So if you want a more insight, uh, or if you don't understand, just any idea, just let me know. So I will start working on it. So I'm having this kind of inputs. I want this specific output. I'll work on it. Hope you understand the logic, right? What is map? So map will apply. So I'll show you that. So just assume this is my list, right? Okay, this is my list, and this is my output. Okay, I need to check each and every input whether it is odd or even. Okay, we all created a function odd or even, right? I'm going to pass. Okay, first I need to iterate my list for I in L odd or even. So there I supposed to pass my I, right? So this will return, the function will return whether it is odd or even. You all know that. Got it? I want to place it in this output. what to do? You have to say how that happened. This is what map doing. So map is a function which will iterate your inputs and it will apply a function. So it will pass your each input into function, and it will that result will be replaced in a new list or in an exact location. That is what map actually doing. So instead of this line, I make it as a single line, including a function, because I'm not going to utilize this function anywhere. That's why I kept it in a single line. I wrote my function in a one line aspect. That is what map doing. So we all replicating the function built-ins, right? This is the way map was constructed. So we all know how len is working, how power function is working, how str is working. So this is the way map is working. So what map actually doing? It will take your inputs and it will iterate using for loop, and it will apply into a function, and the result will be appended. But map contains a more feature. We can use more iteration, more iterable object. So here I'm using a one iterable, right? In a map, with the help of map, we can use more. So say for example, I'm having two lists, so like which we have did already. I'm just taking this as an example. Okay, I'm having two iterables here. Got it? I'm going to use a map. So my function is lambda two inputs, that is x comma y. The return should be like this. The return should be like this. As a tuple, what to do? It should be x comma y. That's it. Just bind it together. Instead of using zip, I'm using map. Comma, just pass both L comma U. If you convert it in dictionary, it will be converted. Got it? So here I have done it using zip. Now you know how zip is working. Zip working in this way. Okay, if you create it on your own, I made using one for loop, but I have actually utilize one iterables, but map actually utilizing n number of iterables. It is depends upon your function. So up to that, how many iterables that you're using, you need to expand your arguments, sorry, parameters. So say I'm having a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B. Got it? Now I want a sum of both based on index. What to do? Using map, what to do? Any cases?
Lambda,
Lambda,
sum.
sum.
Yeah.
I need two inputs, right? Any parameters. Just say any
A
parameters.
comma B.
A comma B. So if
Colon.
using the same variable, it will be get confused. So just say change anything, because we are already having A, B as a variable. It will be better if using something else. What to say? We need x comma y. Okay. What happened? This will take each and every based on this position. X comma y colon
A plus B.
A plus B. A plus B will return this. You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 45, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as a single list. This is your parameter, right? Your program should be with parameters. What to do? My intention is to add this with this. So it should return 46, 8, 10, 12, and 14. What to do? X, Y. So this is X, this is Y. This is X, this is Y. This is
X
X
plus Y.
Ax plus by.
X plus Y. That's it. Okay. Map a function, one function. The next argument is what? Next
Both
argument
A.
is A and B. That's it. Okay. In Python 3, it will written like this as a iterables for memory efficient purpose. We all know iterable, right? This is an iterable operator. We'll discuss in generated function. So you have a clear idea. But in Python 2, you will get exact list. Otherwise, convert it into list. Exact answer. So it is up to your function. Now I'm having a third list. Now what to do?
You can put Z and C and more.
Pardon? XY?
Z, X, Y, Z, then C, Z, A, B, C. Yeah.
Got it. That's it. Okay, so map will handle it. So Piyush, you asked me, right, why we using map? This is the reason. If it is, if you're thinking is, if we have discussed with simple logic, this is the exact question you will write. We will get it because it's a simple logic. Why we need this kind of function? Got it? But this can do anything. That's why we're using map function. Otherwise, we need to implement it.
Yep, got it.
So any doubts? And why we're using lambda? So this is the reason we're using lambda, because we are not going to use this logic any part of a program, but only with this iterable, right? Only within this iterable. So it is unwanted to create a dedicated function. Instead, we can go with a lambda. That's it. Any doubts in lambda?
Lambda is clear. We can use that map inside for loop, like definition function.
We can use.
The same map inside the definition function.
Yes, you can. So
Okay.
how to convert this lambda function into a normal traditional function?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me that.
Okay,
Say,
def.
Def. I can say some.
Okay.
Sum of
Y comma
y comma
x comma y comma z.
x comma y comma z.
Yeah. Colon.
Colon.
Enter.
Enter.
Okay. Space.
Space.
We need to use for. No,
For.
we have to.
It's
Yeah.
kind of one
Okay. X
x
equal
equal.
to
What is the logic here? You need to convert this
x
into normal
plus
function.
y
X
plus z.
y plus z.
Z.
How about return? A normal function need return, right?
Yeah.
We have to say return.
Written.
That's it. Okay. Now just convert. Just use that name. That's it. We don't need to worry about it. Just change.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Got it. So,
Mm.
but
Now, yeah. Now the sum can be used many places.
in anywhere else we can.
Yeah. Okay.
But this lambda only inside this iterables.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Got it. So as I said, map will return exact length with different values. So if it is 5 length, the length is 5, right? So it is actually returning a length of 5, but the value is getting varied. In case of filter, what is filter actually doing? Filter will return exact value. So that is, if we are 1 to 10, you need an odd number. That is filter. With the help of filter, we can do that. Or we have a names. Okay, I need vowels. What to do? I'm going to say names. So you're all names.
So it works as a definition, right? Definition.
Pardon?
If it's map, it maps the positions, and
Yes.
if it is filter, that means that it filters
Exactly. Yeah, filter.
whatever we want to.
Yes, correct. checking a name without vowels. All of your name has vowels, so that's fine. So now I need a name which is starts with vowels. Got it? A name which is starts with vowel. What to do? Tell me a function to filter a name without starts with vowel. I think we will get only one name.
Yeah, only Arun will.
Yeah. So how to write a program?
Single
What will be
line.
the last? Anything, anyway, we can. Just say lambda. Just try with lambda.
Okay, lambda.
Lambda. So it is one input, right? We need to take each and every names, right?
Yes.
So then the parameter should be
Name.
anything. You can say in name
Yeah.
or anything. Name. And then
Colon.
colon.
Again name,
Name.
comma.
Come on.
Sorry,
Why come on?
the input is.
So we need to give.
We have to fetch the names into it here.
We can use slicing. I'll take a 0, right? I said a first character, right?
Yeah.
If it is exact thing, you can say dot starts with a string attribute. Starts with you can say a. This is the logic. This is enough. Got it? But here it is about uh, 5 characters. So I'm saying I'm taking first character. I'm checking whether it is in in what
AEIOU.
AEIO. That's it. This is my function. Now here I'm going to apply with filter my function comma iterables. Got it? So this will return as a iterated. So we'll discuss what is this. But in Python 2, exact line will work because Python 2 returning as a list. This is the difference between Python 2 and 3 in terms of filter. In Python 2, this will return as a list. The reason is in Python 3 they will make it as a memory efficient. That's why returning like this. You all know what is memory efficient and all. So we will discuss in next topic, that is generator. So instead I'm converting it into list. We got just narrow. If you want a name which is not start with vowels, what to do?
Not in.
Not in. That's it. That's it. A name starts with yes. What to do? A name starts with M. Sorry, yes. What to do?
Instead of AEIOU, we can provide S. Starts with in
N.
S.
N. So it's
Starts with.
you can use this also, but it is better to use dot starts with. Start. Got it? This is the reason we're using filter. This is how we are using searching and Google search the things and all. We're using a filter function. Got it?
Yeah. We cannot use for reserve keyword inside lambda, right? We cannot use.
What is it? What do you mean reserve keyword?
Sorry. For loop inside the lambda.
Yeah, filter is a function which is constructed using for only. If you replicate if you want how filter is working. If you want, I will show you the replicate how filter working. Okay, def filter. Okay, first input is function. Second input is what? Iterables. Got it? Iterables. Now what to do? I need an output. Okay, for iter in iterables. I'm going to say if function of iter. I'm passing my each iterable into this function. If it is true, append it into it. No dot append. Otherwise, don't do anything. Just return it. Return outside for loop, not inside. If you say inside, you will get only one. So just wait till the for loop getting completed. This is a duplicate for filter. Now if I use, so I have written my own filter, right? I don't need this. I have overridden. Understand? So here, this will be passed as a function got a lambda as like what? A function equal to. Understand? Now in each iterable, you are having a names, right? I'm passing function of names. If I say something like that, what will happen? What will happen? Any guesses? We all know names is a list. Okay, I'm passing my complete list into function. So this is my function. Okay, this is our names. What will happen? Just assume what will be the error or any result. What will be the error? This is for your debug purpose. So just debug it.
What?
Pardon?
Name.
If you crack it, you are not depend on anything. So you have a better idea for errors. Just find out that error. See, I never utilized before. So I'm just doing in a lively so in front of you. See, this is my function. I'm assigning this lambda into this func. You all know what is names. Names is a list, right? If I pass list, what happened? A function with argument, that is, it will be replaced here. This logic will be applied. This logic will be applied. Will it work or not?
It would work.
Yes.
How? What will be the answer then?
The list of all the
Yes.
names which starts with S.
Does list contain start with attribute? So your name, so your input is list, not a string. Got it? If it is one names of 0, you will get it. Names is a list. Names of 0 is Senthil. If I pass, it will work. But if I pass this, a complete list inside, what happened? If you pass single name out of your list, it will work. But if you pass a complete list, what will happen? I would say it is.
Iterable error.
Huh? Pardon? It is not iterable error. It is attribute error. Your list doesn't contain start with. Got it? Starts with is what? It is string attribute. Correct? You are checking in a string, not in a, so it is not possible with the list. It will raise attribute error. Starts with is not. So list object has no attribute. Starts with. Understand? You are passing a list, but list does not contain starts with. So then how it is working? What happened in iterables? You are passing in names, right? Each time it will be iterated, and it will pass a name alone, each name alone. In next time it will be name of 1. Next time it will be name of 2. Next time it will be name of 3. So a name which written 2 will be appended into my output. That's why I'm getting only Senthil, Shenik, and Churan because it starts with S. Others getting ignored. Understand? So I don't need to call function this number of time. Filter will take care of it. That is user filter. Filter will iterate and it will take care of function call. We don't need to call function like this way. Understand? So try to debug yourself. So you hope you all find the mistakes. So this function needs string, not list. Here I have passed a list. That's why there is attribute error. List object has no attribute starts with. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all about anonymous function. Tomorrow we'll talk about generator function, and one more thing is that is recursive function. We'll talk about both, and I will give you an exercise for your upcoming weekend. Okay? From tomorrow we will see. Sorry, next week we will see class topics. So before move on, you have a time. Please do practice. It will be good for you. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see
Sure.
tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see
Okay,
tomorrow.
thank
Any
you.
doubts? Yeah, thank you. Any doubts today?
Clear.
Pardon? Yeah, tell me. Any doubts?
So it's clear.
Yeah, super. Let's go. We'll see next class tomorrow. Okay.
Thank
Bye,
you, sir.
guys. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.